Hello, 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 Danny.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Doing all right.
I have been scouring all fucking week for gaming news, and I only have the one thing to go on, and I did. Here's the dumb part: I didn't even find it. Cryptic sent me it. Um, which I just think is so dumb. Yeah, I don't. There is nothing in gaming news this week that I have that could possibly top whatever you've managed to come up with.
Oh, there hasn't actually been a whole lot this week in general.
Yeah. So, well, I guess before we go into that, um, how are you doing today, Danny?
Well, today's been a recharge day, so I'm doing pretty good.
I feel that. I feel that with an absolute pain. Nia chewed my shoes, so I had to go shopping with my partner today to go get new dress shoes. Yeah, I picked up some other stuff that I needed. Got some hand soaps. The diapers have her diapers on that I have for her have been chafing her, so we got some like anti-chafing like baby cream, and so far they seem to be working. She's not like picking at them nonstop, so that's good.
Yeah.
But man, dude, Walmart's fucking wild.
Oh god, yeah. No, it absolutely is.
Yeah, because that's where I had to go. I picked up shoes. It was crazy. For literally first pair of shoes I looked at, size 13, because I wear Lamborghini feetsies. I got fucking land yachts for feet. And I'm not. And here's the dumb part, Danny. I'm not even that big. I'm 5'8". I have size 13 feet. Like, that's fucked, bro. That's fucked. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, I got fucking Hobbit level fucking size feet. Narnia, go to your house. House. Good girl. Like, fucking goddamn it. Like, if you're gonna give me size 13 feet, at least make me 5'11". Come on, man. Basically the size of a fucking Hobbit. I'm the size of Elijah Wood. Fuck off. So, but yeah, no, but it was nice because I got to go and I got to go have dinner with her, so that was nice. But yeah, no, I feel that this week has been kind of just bleh, just between taking Narnia to the ER because she got an allergic reaction, and then paying a $300 bill for that, having to buy new shoes, and getting all kinds of crazy dumb shit. It's just wild. Though there is one piece of good news, though, Danny.
Yeah.
I have a job interview on Tuesday.
Let's go.
Yeah, so I'm very excited. It's for a environmentalist position, I think. I have to double check what the actual job was.
Yeah.
But the dude called me, like straight up called me and was like, "Hey, is this yada yada yada? Hey, we'd love to set up an interview with you." And I'm like, "Sold." I'll take it. So, yeah, so I got an interview on. So this week, dude, this week is packed for me. I have doctor's appointments on Monday, interview on Tuesday. Wednesday is hopefully try to stream, and then Magic the Gathering that night. Thursday is actually, I think, the only day that I don't have anything planned, and then Friday I go take my learner's permit test.
Nice.
So, yeah, it is going to be a very busy week.
Very packed week.
Yeah. So, how many things did you pull up for topics wise? Because I only have the one.
I have maybe like two, because there wasn't like a whole lot going on this week. It's been a very quiet week.
Which, not that bad of a thing to have. After like the hour-long episodes we've had recently, I'm down to have like a 20-minute, 30-minute episode. Just something short, chill. So we'll go ahead and start off with one of your topics today. Well, what do you got for me, Danny?
So the first thing that I had was very recently, they had a little pop-up thing that I saw for the technical test for Hades 2, which is coming relatively soon.
Oh, actually, that gives me a second piece to talk about.
Nice.
From the what was that indie event, the indie game show event?
Oh, yeah, in the Indie World Showcase thing.
Yes. There's something else that I have to showcase, but that I have to talk about with that. But we'll get that after. So yeah, trailer for Hades.
But they had they had the technical test stuff, so people got to preview it a little bit, including myself. I got to play it a little bit.
Nice.
It feels good.
Feels really good.
You can tell they got a much bigger budget after the first game.
I mean, after how big
good.
it fucking became, like, good God.
Like, it still feels like the first game, but they've added some more features, and it also has, like, a little bit higher fidelity. It looks pretty good.
You know what? I'm down for that. Well, and they showcased Hades 2 at the Indie Game Awards, didn't they?
I believe so.
Yeah, because my topic actually, the one that I just remembered, actually comes from that same Game Awards. It's what they opened with. I think what they opened with. Slay the Spire 2.
Oh.
I am a massive fan of Slay the Spire. I don't stream it a lot because it's really hard to get an audience for it, but I fucking loved Slay the Spire. I still do. It's like, out of all the Steam games that I have installed and then immediately removed, Slay the Spire is one of the few that has stayed on my computer. Like, I refuse to remove it because of the fact that, like, I just enjoy it so much, and whenever I do take the train down to Mama Fox's, I can play it with no Wi-Fi. So it's really nice. But seeing Slay the Spire 2 and then seeing the new character coming out is fucking dope. Because they're bringing back Ironclad and they're bringing back Silent. But they have a different character in place of the Defect and the Watcher. It looks like some necromancer dude, which is interesting. Because I'm curious how they're going to change the storyline with it. So it'll be interesting, but I'm very excited for that.
Nice.
I mean, in all fairness, though, that whole Indie Game Awards, because I went back and actually watched a bit of it, it's really good. Like, it's just certified bangers.
Yeah, I know people have been losing their minds ever since the first, when the Silk Song store page went up.
Oh, yeah.
People have been waiting for Silk Song for so long. It is still coming.
Yeah.
Just haven't had any update. It's still coming.
Yeah. What's the other topic that you got? Because I think the one that we're probably going to be talking a lot about is this second one that you've got and the second one that I have.
Yeah. The second thing that I had was I had a fun little moment this past week trying out a new little game.
Okay, what game did you that you're going to talk about here?
A little game called Slice and Dice.
Slice and Dice.
Yeah, it's basically like a little. It's not very expensive. It's probably like $5 at most, I think, on Steam right now. But it's a little dice-based roguelike. You get a little party of like, I think 4 or 5 characters, and you roll random dice to do their different abilities. After certain levels, you get upgrades. It's got several different modes.
Oh, I'm seeing the trailer on Steam now. Oh, this is dope.
It's really fun. The developer actually stopped into my stream.
Oh, no shot. That's wild. Hell yeah.
It's a cool little game. I like it. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of different modes, a lot of characters. There's a whole lot of characters, actually, that you can just randomly get.
I was going to say, the characters, based on what the characters that I see, it looks a lot like Darkest Dungeon. Like the wide array of characters that are available.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot.
Yeah, but it plays almost like I don't know if you've ever played this game, Danny. It's very niche. It was a Game Boy Advanced game. It was a Dungeons and Dragons inspired. It was a Dungeons and Dragons game called Eye of the Beholder.
I've heard of it.
I have it somewhere in my apartment in a case of all of my Game Boy Advanced games. And this reminds me so much of it because it's so interesting. Because Eye of the Beholder, for those of you that don't know, as many of you probably don't, because it's a very old game. At least at this point now, don't hit me with it, Gen X. I know I'm not trying to call you old, but hear me out, okay? The way that Eye of the Beholder worked was you were going into the dungeon and you had to go and fight monsters and shit like that. And you would walk through the dungeon and you could actively see monsters chasing you. And it has very much like OG Doom, like where you had to like run and it's got like the very rigid animations. That's basically what it was. And then when you encountered said creatures and based on where you encountered them, showed the map layout and did an overworld view because it went from first person to third person or over the top, and showed you the battlefield. And it was super fucking cool. I fucking loved that game. I was terrible at it because I was like 7, but I loved it. And this reminds me a lot of like just the simplicity of that. Because Eye of the Beholder was actually, Nia, go to your house. Nia, go to your house. In your house. Damn it, dog. Was I have the like slice and dice is just super simple. At least from what I'm looking at, which I don't mind. Like I want a game that I can just throw like an hour into and be like, okay, that was fun. Like,
oh yeah, like when I streamed it, I got like I think I played it for like three or more hours. There's like several different modes. You unlock stuff literally by just going through runs.
Yeah, there you go.
So much. There's several different modes, including like in the Steam page going down, they actually have a screenshot from one of the modes called Raid Mode, where you just get a shit ton of characters. They don't get like upgrades and items, I don't think, in that mode, but you have a shit ton of characters to go through all the fights.
It's there you go. Oh, there's even a free demo.
Yeah.
Free demo. It's only $9. Ooh.
Yeah, like it's not a very expensive game. It's very simple. Doesn't take a whole lot of time to learn. But there's a whole lot more to it than I expected when I started playing it.
Yeah. That's kind of the joy of like these simple small indie games of just seeing what happens. So, no, that's dope. I might have to give that actually, you know who I think would really love this game, Danny?
Oh.
Because it's not reflex based. I think Mama Fox would love this game.
I do recommend it. It's good.
She
I
is
enjoyed it quite a bit.
She's a huge D&D nerd. Like massive D&D nerd. Like she was taught playing first edition.
Oh, yeah, no. This one it probably would be cuz like easily with all the modes and stuff to this and all the characters you can collect in it, you can easily like burn hours with this. You can even just have it like up in the background sometimes.
Yeah. Well, it's like because Mama Fox is has really bad reflexes. Like she's abysmal when it comes to reflex games. As you saw firsthand when she tried to play World of Tanks. It did not go well. Because I'm pretty sure you were there in that stream. I think you were actually playing.
Oh, yeah.
That was back when we still had 5-man squads.
I missed the 5-man squads.
I know, and I bitched for so long that it wasn't 5-man squads that were broken. It was what they were allowed to do with it, but that's another topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So a game that doesn't require reflexes for Mama Fox is always a W in my book. So.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it quite a bit because I like the dice aspect of it.
Well, yeah, because it's a new take on it, and you can like activate and you can put certain things on the dice. Yeah.
Yeah, like certain things come with each character, and if you're playing one of the modes that have equipment, certain like items that you pick up can change what goes on the dice. Or like one that I really liked, there were two items that I found that turned some of the sides of the dice into cantrips. So anytime it would land on that, you would just get a free use of it.
Oh, that's dope. Hell yeah.
There's some really cool mechanics in the game.
No, that's interesting. I fuck with that hard. That's dope. That's 1,000%. That's dope. I'm so fucking here for it.
I'm all for these indie games that pop up out of nowhere.
I know. Do you remember the days when Hoonie Pop used to be considered an indie game?
I do.
Oh man, Steam is a wonderful thing.
Steam is honestly probably the best like game storefront right now.
Oh, 1,000%. I mean, there's so much to choose from.
And you actually own your games.
Facts.
That's the other thing. You actually own your game.
Well, yeah, and there's so many things about Steam that are useful. Like, for example, right? The mods. The mods alone.
The sales.
The sales. Yeah, like mods, sales, guides, right? And you can earn a lot of free shit through fucking Steam.
Yeah. They have the trading system.
Yeah, which I think is super fucking dope. Like, no, I'm here for Steam. Okay. So, we're going to move on to my topic, Denny. I think this is where we're going to spend the majority of our time now. Is Cryptic sent me something that was very interesting.
Yeah.
And I will say his words exactly from Discord. He said the community manager in Warhammer 40k Games Workshop Studio is blocking older gamers refuting the female Spartus Adeptus. So they came out basically. So Warhammer came out with a new update, talking about the Adeptus Custodes, and basically, people thought that the Custodes, or I believe the Adeptus, were all males. That is not true. There are actual female Adeptus. And Warhammer official Twitter has actually canonically said it. There was, and I will read this tweet, because they posted it, and then someone replied, "Why did you make female Custodes?" And Warhammer officials specifically said, since the first of the 10,000 were created, there have always been female custodians. And people have been up in arms about it. And,
it's so funny.
And I'm like, I don't understand. Why people have such a problem with Warhammer having, like, why they think that there was only males as the custodians. Like, and again, I don't know shit about Warhammer 40k lore. I know absolutely jack shit nothing about Warhammer 40k lore. Like, I know, like, 3 factions. I know the Space Marines, I know the Tyranids, and I know whatever the fuck the bug things are.
Oh, the Xenos.
The Xenos, yeah. That's it. That's all I know. There is, like, 5 million other things don't give a shit about. That's all I know. I know those three fucking things. The Xenos, the Tyranids, the Space Marines. That's it. That is my general knowledge, right? But I don't know, to me, and this is a problem that I have a lot with games, is, and this is something that happened a while ago too with, oh god, what fucking game was it? Actually, it was the new Horizon Horizon
Oh,
Horizon Zero game, because there was a big uproar about them changing the main character. Yeah, because the new main character was larger than what she used to be. And I love... Go ahead.
She aged.
She aged, and she got a healthier lifestyle.
She found more sustenance. She's healthier.
Like, yeah, she has a rounder face. Guess what? That's what happens when you eat food, stupid! Like...
Yeah.
Like, the whole point, at the end of the game, they have solved, like, the majority of their problems. They can actually live their lives without going to fucking war. Like, huh? If there's no war and you get to live peacefully, guess what? You get to eat food. You don't have to struggle for it. And guess what? If you eat a little bit too much, you put on weight. And that's fine. Like... Huh? And it just, oh my god. I will never understand gaming nerds when a Warhammer official said there's always been female custodians. Like, they have stated it canonically. Who the fuck cares if they're in goddamn power armor?
Yeah.
Like,
It's...
they're still custodians. They're still fucking custodians. And they even gave an example here. Because I'm reading this from Polygon. Because Polygon did a huge article about this. So I apologize about the bright light. I just pulled up a white screen on here. But the most recent 10th edition codex includes a point-of-view piece of lore from Kalides Toravalia Kesh, who uses she/her pronouns. Some fans wondered if this was a Sister of Silence. Custodes work hand in hand with this mysterious order of mute women with a powerful immunity to the warp. But the official Warhammer account confirmed that she was actually a female Custodes. Fans weren't thrilled with the reveal. Ever since 1987, not so much as a whisper in lore or novels or a single miniature, one fan wrote in response on, it says X, but I'm just going to call it Twitter. Now, all of a sudden, boom, they were always a thing. No world building or development, so disappointing and pathetic. And I'm like, okay, let's talk about this for a second, okay? Just because they haven't stated it does not mean it is not true. If they specifically stated all custodians are male, that is one thing. But if there's something that states that there is that is just, they're custodians, like they are just universal, doesn't matter, that's fine. And then someone reposted from apparently a Reddit meme board called Grimdank. It's phenomenal name for a Reddit thread, by the way. Which maintains a no female space marine rule because it's such a heated and contentious topic in the fandom. Like, first of all, that's sexist as fuck. Second of all, what the fuck? Like, Space Marines and Custodes have both been depicted as exclusively male up until now. For Space Marines, this is explained in the universe by the fact that their male biology is solely compatible with the complex biological processes used to create enough of them at scale. But Custodes aren't mass-produced. These noble infants are handcrafted in an extremely specific process. For a while, it seemed Custodes would remain exclusively male. Aaron Dembski-Bowden, an author with Games Workshop publishing Arm Black Library, wrote a relevant post on Reddit 5 years ago about his experience writing Custodes for the Horus Heresy novels. Let me see. Let's see what he said. At the time of working on the lore, there was no reason they couldn't... At the time of working on the lore, there was no reason they couldn't be male or female, and as far as things still stand, there's still no lore reason they can't be. But there is a non-lore reason, which was the previous IP overlord saying, there are no female custodian models, they're all male, so don't write any female ones. There was also a studio mandate a couple of years after that saying, don't do female custodians. Again, that seemed to tie in with the release of an all-male mini-line. Two very rare moments of direction from on high. So, previous leadership. But he has a point. they never stated that they couldn't be female. And now people are getting mad about it. And I'm like, okay. Like, you're just outing yourself as a sexist. Congratulations. You're a piece of shit. Like, what else do you want me to say?
It's one of those things, like, Warhammer has so many things that are just, that aren't defined from the things that I know about it. There's a lot that are not. Some are, like, specifically, like, the Space Marines themselves, they do generally kind of have that line. Like, they have a little bit in the lore that explain that. There's a lot that doesn't have that, though.
Nia, house.
It's part of a lot of the conversations that have popped up recently. Like, something very similar. There was discourse about, let's see, what was it? Stellar Blade.
Stellar Blade? What is that?
I think currently it's still like a PS5 exclusive. Which again, I'm not the biggest fan of specific platform exclusives still. But
well,
people
in all fairness, it is Sony.
Yeah, people were ragging on it, saying that it's trying to be Nier Automata, but isn't. And then Yoko Taro literally came out and said, I really like this game. This game's cool. Yoko Taro just being Yoko Taro.
I think you should explain exactly who Yoko Taro is for those of the people that don't probably know who that is.
Yeah, Yoko Taro, aka the mad genius behind the Drakengard and Nier games.
Yeah, Yoko Taro is a G.
Yoko Taro is a very, very interesting individual. With some pretty based takes, to be honest.
Yeah. As based as is he as here's a question. Is he as based as Katsuhiro Harada?
Yes. So,
because that is definitely based.
A little history of Yoko Taro. Yoko Taro is described by like many people as one of like the most progressive developers, like one of the most progressive league developers in Eastern gaming.
I mean, shit, he made Nier Automata. Like, it's pretty progressive.
He's also on record for having like an actual plot relevant character in Nier that is canonically intersex.
See, I did not know that because I actually never played Nier.
Nier's great.
I haven't played either one of them because there's Nier and then there's another one.
There's Nier Automata, and both of them take place after the Drakengards.
Yeah, I haven't played any of that, but I mean, sounds based.
Yeah. The actual like timeline of them is really weird, but Yoko Taro started out working for Square. They gave him the Ace Combat team at the time to make a game, which is why Drakengard's ground combat is really bad, but the dragon combat is phenomenal. And they told him you can only make one game. No continuing story. So he said, alright, Capcom. And he made... Well, not Capcom. He said, alright, Square. I'm going to give this game fucking 6 different endings. Have fun with that.
Oh, Nier?
Drakengard.
Wait, Drakengard has 6 different endings?
Drakengard has like 6 different endings.
Are they all bangers?
One of them is canonical. Each of them is progressively more odd.
And it was enough to let him make Nier.
Oh yeah, like, after that, another team made Drakengard 2, which is regarded as not canonical. And
because it was that bad?
3, it was an alternate universe continuation of the first game, because Yoko Taro intended the first game would be the end of that character's storyline entirely.
Gotcha. Okay.
And Drakengard 3 actually takes place before Drakengard. So it's
my
technically
God.
the first one.
Oh my God, so it's like Borderlands 2, the pre-sequel.
Yep, it's like Drakengard 3, which came out on the PS3, by the way.
Actually, it's more relatable to, like, Halo Reach.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Reach situation, because Drakengard 3 is real good.
Would you say it's the better of the three?
Oh yes, it's absolutely the best one.
And that was Yoko Taro on that one?
Yep, that was Yoko Taro back at the reins. After that, Nier came out, which is a spiritual successor, but not really spiritual because it actually does have a complete tie-in with Drakengard.
Yeah, 'cause it's technically in the same universe, isn't it?
It's in a an alternate version of 2012 Tokyo.
Okay.
It starts. It's interesting. Nier, really good game. Does have multiple endings as well. It's something that Yoko Taro likes to do, but just about everything that he does with Nier is canonical for the most part.
Like, there is always, like, there's multiple ways that it happens.
Yep, he will find a way to write it into the lore of Nier, like the Final Fantasy XIV crossover stuff. That's canonical to Nier.
I didn't even realize that.
The mobile game that they had for a while. That's canonical.
He just likes the fact that he can make shit canon. And you know what? That's fucking based.
The live shows, the live, like, Broadway performance things that they had, also canonical.
Are you fucking kidding me?
He is that much of a mad lad.
Wow, that is insane.
Also, one of the only, like, development leads that I know that works for a company as big as Square and openly shit talks them to their face.
Well, in all fairness, it's really hard to get rid of him when he makes bangers.
He's cool.
But yeah,
He's a good dude.
Yeah. But no, we got to get back to this Warhammer shit.
I went on a tangent there.
No, and you know what? As much as I go on tangents, Danny, you definitely deserved one.
Yeah, that one. But it's just that conversation. It pops up so much in gaming. Because it's like, I think there's a lot of people that just get it in their heads that, oh no, this is established lore. And then meanwhile, the person behind it's like, nah, no, it's not.
Did I say it was established? No.
Yeah, it's like what happened recently with the Fallout show.
Ooh, that's right.
Like, people were saying, but they retcon this and they retcon that. I haven't actually seen it yet. I've just been hearing the discourse. Meanwhile, the actual original creator of the Fallout series is like, no, they're right. That's fair. I like their take. I want to see where they go with it.
And just made the entire show canon?
Because it's like, they worked with Bethesda pretty well from what I've heard. And the synopsis I got is that the show takes place after the events of New Vegas. So it is actually working within the canon of the games.
Well, there you go. Now, I have not seen the show, and I kind of hope that it's kind of along the same lines as, this may be a hot take, Danny, but, I hope that it's very much along the same lines as the, live action, One Piece. Because if you take it straight from the lore, right, from the original, One Piece live action is not the same as the manga or the anime. However, if you look at it as a separate piece of media done within a certain range, it is actually relatively well done.
Yeah.
Like by itself, it's a decent live action show. Like, obviously, you're gonna, like, if you're a One Piece fan, you're gonna nitpick it back and forth. However, you also have to remember, was ran through Netflix. And
Yep.
Netflix only allows certain amount of episodes. So you kind of have to fit
And-
a certain amount of shit in.
I will also say this. I've heard a lot of people using the Fallout show and Arcane as like the poster child for how to make game adaptations of series.
I definitely agree with that. Now, the only thing that I do need to discuss about that is that Arcane is animated, not a live action. However,
The fact that it's getting compared
yes, and because
is good.
is very good because Arcane, I think 95% of people will agree. Certified fucking banger. Absolute certified banger. Like, fuck the rest of the League lore. If you just watch Arcane, it is a really fucking good show. It is a phenomenal show. And I am hyped for season 2.
I am very intrigued, and I also actually do want to watch this Fallout series because even people that I know have mentioned they've never like played the games said it's a pretty good show, and I'm interested because some people might know the fact that one of my favorite games is New Vegas. I love New Vegas.
Actually, there is something that I want to pull up for you, Danny. Because I actually saw this while I was scrolling through shit this week. And this was actually recent. Actually, yeah, this was posted 5 hours ago because I did one last look before we opened the podcast up. I would love for you to know this. Fallout New Vegas on Steam reaches new peak player count
Yep.
at an all-time high of 36,633 concurrent players.
I have been seeing like my entire feed has been either like people playing New Vegas or 76. 76 has had the most players it's had in like almost forever.
Well, here's my thing about 76. I think it's still a dumpster fire of a game.
It's not like
It's not good.
it's not Fallout.
It's
It's Fallout skinned.
it's an MMO Fallout themed. Like, that's literally all it is. It's just an MMO that is Fallout themed. That is all it is. It's not good.
It's ESO with guns. I hate that that's accurate.
It really is, though. It really is. Whereas, on the other hand, with how janky and how many bugs there are because of mods and shit, Fallout New Vegas is still, to this day, a certified banger of a game.
Also, it remains a favorite among a lot of fans of the series, just primarily because there's not really any essential NPCs.
Yeah, you
There's,
can
like,
murder
some
everybody.
fail-safes. Yeah, like nobody is essential to you progressing the story.
Yeah, you can literally murder everybody and still play the game.
That's why, like, one of my favorite things to do, at least like once a year, I'll go back into New Vegas and proceed to break the game within 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Like, that's a standard
Because,
thing,
like-
which is not that hard, because it's New Vegas.
Yeah,
Like, there's a lot of
literally-
problems that happen with New Vegas. The way that I see New Vegas is a lot like, oh, fuck, what game was it? It's a lot like Skyrim before it got remastered 20 million times. Because I think Skyrim by itself is a good game. But there's so much dumb shit in that game that just makes absolutely zero fucking sense. Actually,
Oh, yeah.
I would also say it's actually more related to Oblivion, because Oblivion also had some stupid fucking bugs. Like,
Oblivion,
The
is
flying
like,
horse that you could never mount, that you paid real money for.
oh. I think the best part about Oblivion is just the sheer number of lines that are in Oblivion that have the retakes still in. So you get the line twice, and sometimes occasionally, you want me to do it again?
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, dear God. But you know,
It's so funny.
yeah, and I thought that was a good little tidbit, but and I agree with you. Like, information in general in gaming lore, if it's not specifically stated, don't assume your opinion is correct. Like, Warhammer official said, there's female custodians. Guess what? Accept that fact. Like, people like, why is Warhammer being so woke? Oh my God, that's new agenda, blah, 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 blah. No, they're not being so woke. They're finalizing information. Like, they never stated it. They're now stating information you did not previously have. Congratulations, you have new lore. Like,
it gives you more options to create within the universe. Like, that's basically all it does.
yeah, and
It's
it's
limiting.
yeah, and it's interesting because they even said it themselves, right? Right, because here they talk about the Sisters of Silence, right, which is another faction that would team up with the Custodians, right? But they were mute women with a powerful immunity to the warp, right? So now that opens lines to, did some of the women from Sister of Silence become Custodians, or did some Custodian females become Sisters of Silence?
Yeah, there's a lot of things in, like, I know people that know Warhammer lore a lot better than I do. I only know, like, the surface level stuff.
Warhammer lore is...
And Warhammer lore is the, like, poster child of grimdark fantasy. There is nothing more grimdark than Warhammer.
Yeah, like, and the sheer amount of lore that Warhammer has, I think rivals any single game's, like, or any single game's lore.
And it's all depressing.
It's there is no upsides. It is only death.
Yep. It is only depressing.
Even in
no positives.
Even in death, I will serve.
It's like, oh, you have humanity. What's humans up to? Oh yeah, a glory to the God Emperor. That's it. Your life is service to the God Emperor, nothing else.
Yeah, like, you wouldn't want to be a male in the fucking God Emperor's lands. Like, congratulations, become a space marine, you prick.
You were a meat shield with
you
a
are
gun.
Pretty much. Which, yeah, and it's like, I will never understand why people just constantly fucking bicker and bitch about this. Like, if it was a legit retcon, like if they had stated there was absolutely no female custodians and then they went back on it, I could understand players being like, what the fuck? Like, less of the, that's like, people of like, females shouldn't be, custodians. Like, that's just fucking sexist as fuck.
Like, look, in the Warhammer universe, when you're hopped up on all that stuff that they use to genetically engineer someone, it doesn't matter what you are.
Yeah,
You're
pretty
a killing machine afterwards.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, it's one thing to be like, hey, yo, you're retconned information. And there's another thing to just be like, you're just being a flat out asshole about this now. Like, Warhammer Official posted this. They stated, there are female custodians. Guess what? Suck it up, move on, and make a female custodian.
Yeah, it's like they're not just limited to the Sisters of Battle.
Yeah, like, you can make female custodians now. And honestly, it's not a bad idea. Because, I'm going to be honest here, Danny, much like regular video games, Warhammer is a predominantly male audience.
And there's a lot more of a female audience than they think.
Yeah, and this honestly genuinely empowers the female players, which I think is a great thing. Because, and this is something that I think that you will agree with, is that female gamers have been prejudiced against for too goddamn long.
Oh yeah, no. It happened, it still happens, like I see stuff still pop up in my feed sometimes. People recording stuff in like in-game lobbies. Like, there's a reason why you never hear you never hear female players in voice chat like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
If they say anything, they just never hear the end of it as long as they're in that lobby.
Oh, yeah. No, 1,000%. Because it's a female speaks up, and then every male shuts their mouth and go, "Hunger girl!" Like,
without fail.
yeah. They're like, "Unga boonga female." and I need to pull this up. The hold on, let me see if I can find it. Because this is a very specific piece of information. Where was it? Where is 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 it? Fuck! God damn it! There was a fucking study done. There was a study done of females being treated much better by higher ranked players, by higher ranked playing males, than lower ranked playing males. And and that was because the lower ranked playing males had a lower self-esteem, so they used it to put down females. Whereas higher ranked players said, okay, have fun with the game. Like, play the game. Like, learn the game. If you want to be good, you have to put in the time and practice. But they didn't have a problem with females. And I feel like that's such a big thing in gaming nowadays. Because, like, yes, there are games that are catered towards men. Yes, there are games that are catered towards women. However, being catered towards does not mean only. It's the same thing with shows. Women can like serial killer documentaries. I am a huge fan of romance anime. Get over it. And not even just harem shit. I watched literally one of the first anime series I ever completed was Ouran High School Host Club. Like,
it's a classic.
It's a classic, and it's good. It's good, and it stars a female from her perspective.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
You also have to like remember that, like, especially right now. I want to circle back to Stellar Blade. There were so many people criticizing the main character's design, and saying like, okay, the people behind this game have never like interacted with a woman. The main character of Stellar Blade, by the way, is almost like a 1-to-1 like representation of the lead developer's wife, who is the art director for the game.
Exactly. I do need to look this up, because there's another piece of information, because this is also kind of along those same lines. Yeah, and it's the same way that I feel about because a lot of people had an issue. Do you remember when Rising of the Shield Hero first got released?
Yep.
Do you remember that first fucking episode?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. People were all up in arms and shit. Guess what? The novelist is female.
There's a lot of
which is why season 1's so goddamn good.
So many manga artists, so many writers now are ladies.
Yes.
A lot of them are.
And it comes from the same fact of, like, if you're going to write about a female character, have a female's fucking input on it. Like, would a woman in this position actually think and say this? And I will throw the exact same thing to that. If a female is writing a male character in particular, ask your male colleagues what would they do in this specific scenario. Like, it goes back. It's a two-way street here. Like, and that's there are just certain certain things that I will just never fucking understand. Like, yes, I know the gaming industry is is predominantly male, right? Doesn't mean female developers can't be in it. It doesn't mean female developers can't make a good story. Doesn't mean male developers can't write a female character, but you need to have the right input. Like, you need to have the right sources and the right people to ask the questions. Like, it's really not that hard. Like, just... Yeah. And I'll say it once and I'll say it again. If you're ever wondering about anything, just fucking ask. That is the general rule of this generation. Just ask.
Yeah, because I mean, we want to continue digging into the topic a little bit. You want to look at one of the most, like, recognizable characters in gaming that during, like, the end of the first game kind of shocked people with oh, this is a woman the whole time. Samus.
It's Metroid. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And people were outraged by it, and I'm like, it's the first fucking game!
Yeah. It's like, literally at the end of the game, they reveal, yeah, no, Samus is a woman.
And she's hot!
Yeah. And we have another, like, extremely phenomenal female main character in a game with Bayonetta.
Also certified banger.
About. Yeah, fantastic games.
Phenomenal games.
It's like there's so many that have been around for a while, and we still have these discussions.
Like, and it pisses me off, Danny, that we have to have these discussions.
Yeah.
Because it's wild to me that people just have it in their mindset that just certain people just aren't allowed to enjoy things. Like,
just let people have fun.
Yes, please. Like,
that's it.
The whole point of media is for people to consume and enjoy said media.
Yeah, and the best part about it with media, if you don't like something and it's not particularly harming you in any way, you don't have to say anything about it.
Yeah. Or just don't consume it.
Else.
Yeah, just don't consume it.
Exactly. It's so easy. It's so easy.
Like, and it's wild to me. It will always forever annoy me, and it's so dumb. It's so dumb. And it really, issues like this actually really do hit very close to home for me, because my niece, right, my sister's daughter, who is 11, right, Nucci. Nucci is granddaughter in Polish. Mama Fox being Busha. I use Nucci just because it's easier to talk about. Nucci is a gamer. Her dad is a gamer. It's where I connected with him when I met him for the first time, because he was big into gaming. He has all the major consoles, right? At the time, he had a PS4. He had an Xbox One. He had, I think it was the Wii, or the Wii, whatever the fuck, the Wii U, right?
Yeah.
Like, he had all the newest stuff. He played on PC. He plays World of Warcraft. Like, he plays all kinds of these games. And his daughter loves playing with him. Shit, he literally logs in to go play Minecraft and Roblox with her.
Yeah.
Like, and it pains my heart that someone could take one look at my niece and just be like, you're not allowed to enjoy that. Because I guarantee you, her 3 uncles, which is including me, and her father would immediately start grabbing shotguns. Like, I'm sorry, you don't get to tell my niece what she can and cannot enjoy. If she wants... A great example. I think it was the 3rd week, Danny, that you and I played 7 Days to Die on PlayStation. Was it? Hold on. Because you played 7 Days to Die with us, right?
I don't think I did, actually.
Oh, no. It was Pierte, Cryptic, and Rogue.
Yeah.
By the way, this was for those of you that don't know, I didn't always stream or do YouTube videos with a face cam. This was long before the days of me doing face cam, right? So I would stream 7 Days to Die on my PlayStation, and one weekend, Nucci came over to hang out with, with Busha and Jaja, and her parents came over to hang out with my parents, and they're playing up, they're hanging out playing games upstairs, and Nucci's like, I want to go hang out with Uncle Dom. And they're like, okay, go have fun, just be careful, he's streaming. So Nucci comes down, and I'm in the middle of 7 Days to Die, and I am literally in the middle of murdering zombies. Like, I am in the middle of town, just absolutely blasting shit. Like, I am going ham, unloading ammo everywhere. And Nucci just goes, Uncle Dom? And I, whip my head around, because I didn't know she was there, because I had my headset on. I was like, Nucci, what's up? She goes, what you playing? And that was it. And I just basically explained the game to her while I was streaming. And she sat there for 3 more hours as I streamed, watching me shoot zombies. She even went upstairs to get popcorn from Busha, came back downstairs with a bucket of popcorn to watch me shoot zombies in 7 Days to Die. Because she was like, I like watching you play games. And to me, as an uncle, that's a proud fucking moment, man. She enjoyed watching, I think she and her dad are currently playing through some of the older Call of Duty zombies, because she's starting to get very good at it. Because she saw 7 Days to Die and then immediately started wanting to shoot zombies.
Oh, yeah.
And now that she's 11, she's a little bit older, she can enjoy those games. When she was younger, yeah, probably not a good idea to, just shoot the first thing that comes up into your frame. But now that she's older and she kind of understands, and now that she's been incorporated into the gaming a little bit more because of her father and her uncles, she enjoys it. And that brings me so much joy. And again, to think that someone would tell my niece, hey, you're not allowed to enjoy this, or hey, you're not allowed to think about this in this way, is so fucked up. If my niece wanted to go play Warhammer, I would tell her, hey, there are female custodians that literally roll into battle and shoot shit. You can literally run a female army. Have fun. That's dope. That's so fucking dope. I mean, that's one of the whole reasons why female main characters were added into games like Pokemon. Pokemon did not originally have a choice for gender. Crazy! I don't know. Shit like that just pisses me off.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I've also gone on a tangent now, Danny.
Oh, no, it's fair. It's a fair one, because it's gaming in and of itself it's intended to be fun. It doesn't matter who is playing the game. They're supposed to be fun.
Exactly. And again, if you're not having fun, don't play. It's one of the reasons why I don't stream half the games I used to. It's why I don't play tanks. It's miserable. Fuck tanks.
It's God, console really did kind of go to shit.
It's so fucking miserable. We had to get a World of Tanks console fucking jabbed in at some point.
Yeah, it's it's kind of a recurring thing. We gotta get a punch in there every now and then.
It's a running gag.
Because all they do, literally all they do, for the most part, is just release another premium tank every month or so.
I mean, at least they did bring double barrels.
They did finally, but the funny thing is,
2 years after they said that they were working on. Yeah.
It's wow, you got those almost right away after the double barrels. I wonder what happened there. And then we have the multi-weapon system, which I think is probably the most pointless thing they've ever added.
Yeah, the multi turrets is a really weird function. I think the system is cool, in how it functions, but the secondary weapons, other than like, I think it's the mouse of the E100 that has the secondary cannon?
It's still just a 75.
Yeah, it is the only thing that it is useful for is tracking someone. That is
Yep.
it. That is all it
'Cause,
is
like,
useful for.
you get the second weapon on the like M6. The second weapon on the M3 Lee. Which you're like, oh, the M3 Lee's low enough tier that actually like does. I mean, if you want to spam APCR out of the little 37, yeah. Like, who's taking the time to like activate that?
Nobody. Absolutely fucking nobody.
If they had made it like an extra option on the like ammo selector, I think it'd be fine. But having to hold it, it's just kind of inconvenient.
Facts. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's it's kind of why I ended up doing more stuff on PC. I still do like videos and stuff occasionally on console now, but it's mostly just me like comparing the stuff that they have now to fucking War Thunder.
I mean, I don't blame you. I think War Thunder's a better game. I cannot play it because it is way too complicated for my simpleton mind.
Oh yeah, no, the learning curve and stuff on War Thunder is super high.
Also, don't play it on console. Just don't. Just play War Thunder on PC.
Like Ground Forces, you can get away with playing on console. It's okay. Planes though, planes you absolutely want to be on PC.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, it is what it is. Also, we thought this was going to be a short episode, Danny. It still ended up being a fucking hour long.
Yeah, we ended up being able to stretch that last topic out for a while.
Yeah, which in all fairness, it is a good topic to talk about, especially in this day and age.
Yeah, it got like the whole response to it was a lot more heated than it ever needed to be.
Oh, yeah, 1,000%. Again, it's one thing to retcon information. It's another thing for them to give you information that you didn't previously have, and then you go, that's wrong, that's woke, that's you pushing an agenda. Like, that's fucking dumb, dude. Just take the information and run with it. Make yourself a female custodian battle, because guess what? If I was a Warhammer player, I would make almost a full female custodian army.
Yeah, like
Just to piss people off.
like they didn't even like push it in people's faces. It's just like, yeah, no, it's just the thing.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a simple tweet. It literally reads, since the first of the 10,000 were created, there have always been female custodians.
Yeah, they just don't push it. Like that's the opposite of an agenda. They never pushed it. It's just there.
Yeah, I want to see what the original tweet was. I'm curious. So the original tweet... Okay, yeah, here we go. So the original tweet came from Warhammer Official, and it said green or gold, and it was a pre-order Orcs and Adeptus Custodes codexes, battle boxes, and more to pick your side. And it's literally just a it was literally just an advertisement for you to go pre-order their new packs, right? And then someone responded with, why did you make female Custodes? Like, so
Oh,
there's so many people in here trying to...
it just baffles me. I did see a great like response to them announcing that. Literally within like, I think it was around like the same week that they announced that Project Melody started getting into Warhammer.
Oh, God.
So it's already like sent her like 3 or 4 sets of minis. Oh, it's so funny. Like honestly, I think more more people have been interested in learning more about Warhammer because it is interesting. It's depressing as hell, but it's interesting. Also, the games coming out have been pretty good.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Case in point, something like as well, another very simple game, Bolt Gun. Doom-esque style game set in Warhammer 40k. Pretty fun.
Yeah, what was that? Oh God, what was the fucking? The Russian Badger did a video about that Warhammer 40k one where you can be up to like with like 3 other buddies, and you can play.
I'm trying to remember which one that one is because it was okay. It's definitely a game that is much better with other people.
Oh, 1,000%.
It does give you AI companions if you do it solo, but they are real not smart.
Yeah.
There's also, to a lesser extent, Darktide. I still think like that game is a little too expensive for what it is. It's fun, not bad. It's a lot better than when it released. And then they have the second Space Marine game coming out soon, which that looks real fun.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just make the game fun. Dude, I hate all these people trying to rebuke fucking Warhammer. I'm just looking at the shit. It's so dumb.
Oh yeah, no, it absolutely is. I like after I saw the initial stuff, I was like, yeah, no, there's not gonna be anything else in there like worth my time reading.
Yeah, it's just it's a fucking shit show and a half.
Yeah, let's just let people enjoy it. Just have fun with it.
Yeah. So, all right. Before this episode goes any longer, Danny. Danny, where can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube and Twitch at CatboxDing.
You can also find me on Twitch and YouTube at DominiteFox or on Twitter at DominiteFox1. We both thank you all so much for stopping by. We really appreciate it. We both hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, don't be a sweat lord. We'll see you guys next time.